Hello collective, happy Monday. Master number 22. So I've got this new nomenclature announcement from today's letters. There's some kind of new nomenclature announcement for Monday, July 22nd. Yeah, new name. Okay, because there's a new name. So today I thought, okay, I will try once again to put in my correct information and upload the video, because you know, every time I do, the handle gets changed and it's being rerouted somewhere. So even if I did want to look at comments or make one, my videos were never attached to me. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but I did try and sign in differently. So we'll just see what happens, but it transcends all adjustments. Hopefully this will transcend all adjustments. Yeah, it didn't seem to matter how many times I did it. It just always was rerouted because somebody in that old contract wanted to control me. See, Crows counsel an afternoon. So the crows are going to be out there counseling this afternoon. Nice. And the landowner left lemonade for the lawnmower. Yep. He's going to leave the lemonade for the lawnmower. So we might have to leave something kind of refreshing to do something more industrial today, this afternoon. Statement made in a stateroom. Some kind of statement was made in a stateroom today for Monday the 22nd. And unamused at your unanswer. Yeah, they've already tried. They've been texting you collective and they're unamused that you will not answer. An unmature master is framed. Yeah, I didn't have an I in today's letters, so I did unmature master is framed. Yeah, we caught him today. Yeah, we caught him. Defeated a deluded louse. So we defeated this deluded louse. Yeah, dude. They don't want to work with you, okay? They don't want a doppelganger, okay? This is a really good chart today. This is a really good chart today. Okay, so you've got up here sun 0 degrees Leo and a moon that's 24 degrees Aquarius tonight. So we've got water in the sun and air as a moon, because Aquarius is an air sign. The biggest denial is what your ops are faced with this secret in the 12th house, the moon, and this karma over here to thoughts and plans, that they were going to be of good service and just take your whatever and claim it for their own, okay? And it's like the denial. Kurt Cobain, yes, please be here for this. Yeah, the denial smells like Team Spirit. Yeah, when he sings that. It's the denial that I didn't steal anything, this is me. Well, I guarantee you, collective, this is the first time you've seen my face. I'm a little bit older, but I sure hope that the lips are moving correctly in this video for you. Because I don't know how else they did it, except put her there and then, like, you know, I don't know what they did. So, okay, so, yes. So, because of this, yeah, this is what's going on here, is this secret of thoughts and plans. It gets karma tonight. They thought, they had told everyone in the Secret Service that, well, yeah, that's how they make their money. They sit outside Walmart and they knock over old people for their wallets, and that's what they had said, how you were getting your money, collective. So they had a bunch of people out there watching at Walmart for about a year. And I don't know, I don't think you frequented those parking lots to knock people over and grab their wallets. However, that was what they had said. So we get this like reaction like, well, I thought you said, you know, because the Secret Service was supposed to like back that up, and you never did that, you know. So they're confused. They're confused at that. They're confused because this transformation of this active participant, that because their whole goal with this plan, karma speaking, was to transform you into this horrible person, okay? This horrible person. They failed to tell people that, yeah, we're stealing a house and money from them. They failed to mention that when they've got these people into contract. No, this is just somebody that's a schmuck. They sit outside Walmart and they knock over old people for their wallets. Just watch. And so that didn't happen. There's karma. We can't transform this active participant because they're doing something that's normal, that's within the laws of society. So karma for both of those. Okay. Most High and the ancestors reminded me of Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud. Okay, they worked together, Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung. Okay, it was all about psychology of the mind and the science of human behavior. Those two worked together in the early 1900s. Okay, now Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung worked at a psychiatric treatment, which was behavioral science mental hospital in 1911 together. Okay, because that's where they were doing all these experiments on these people. And what was interesting is one of their findings included putting people around polygamous relationships to see if it would change their behavior if they were in, versus a monogamous relationship. So versus you just having one spouse, let's give them a couple in there and let's see how they respond to that. Don't ask me. Well, when they came to, like, at the end of it to make the summary of what they found, Sigmund Freud refused to admit his own infidelity, truly. And Carl Jung had made, he was pretty honest about it. Yeah, this is what it is. I have had an extramarital affair, which is no big deal. But when you're trying to do a summary of a scientific experiment and one of them refuses to come clean, it makes the findings inconclusive. Sigmund Freud failed to admit that he'd been having an affair with his wife's sister for at least 3 years. He failed to admit it. I asked him about that. He said he didn't want to disappoint the people that looked up to him, so he had kept it a secret. But regardless, so here are these two great scientific minds, in the summer of 1911 at a mental hospital doing their experiments, and they submit these people to different relationships to see if that will interfere with who they truly are or how they mentally perform. And when they go to conclude the psychiatric summary of events, they can't, because somebody refuses to admit what they really are. Do you see what I mean? So I don't know, hopefully that'll help somebody, but you've two brilliant minds that that couldn't come to a conclusion because one of them lied. One of them kept it a secret. That's not cool. That's not cool. So yeah, that's one example of that, is we tried to transform these people with this experiment, these active participants, and we couldn't. And it wasn't because of the people in the experiment. That's the point I'm trying to make. It wasn't because of the people. It was because of the two leaders behind the experiment. Well, if you want to prove this person is a blah, 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 then surely you have to suggest that you are as well. And Carl had no problem with it. Carl Jung was like, well, yeah, I've had an extramarital affair. And yet Sigmund Freud, no, wouldn't admit it. And that's what's going on, is they tried to make you out to be somebody, and then everyone behind the scenes is going, well, isn't that what you do? Isn't that what you do? They're so confused. There is a Yoda tonight, and it's from the Neptune to the Mercury. Neptune's in the first house. So whatever spiritual image that is presented is a thought and plan for the Most High. So they might have called you nonconformist or non-conventional, how you believed in God or sought God, but the bottom line is you're religious in a sense. We can't put a religious stamp on it, but isn't that what religion is seeking a higher, force to intervene? And so there's definitely something coming down the pipes where that's examined. Yeah. 0 degrees Leo is within the birthday of Alexander the Great. 0 degrees Leo is Alexander the Great. Now, yeah, what an active participant he was, right? Alexander the Great, active participant, because today in history is his birthday. He was before Christ, okay? So I don't know, God probably, he had favor on Alexander. He must have, because of the way he performed. But this was before he had sent his son, okay? So you might say, yeah, he got a little overzealous, Mr. Alexander the Great. And maybe that's what the Lord Most High had witnessed, But nonetheless, he was favored. So, yeah. Oh, okay, right here. Mars is really wanting to talk to Venus tonight. Okay, he can't. Instead, we've got Jupiter talking to Venus instead. Okay, now if you're an ascended masculine, there were two groups. The second group went into the Mars planet. The first group that ascended was associated with Jupiter. So this first group of ascended males is talking to Venus tonight, and really admires her service. And she really admires his ability to research, because being in that third house, he's able to research a lot of this stuff. So there might be some kind of common goal for these two to trade notes at some point. It doesn't sound like it's a romantic thing. It just sounds like we're on the same page, and it would help us to interchange information. So I hope that helps some of you, because she does have the Chariot card tonight. She has the Chariot card tonight. But sometimes you have to like get off the Chariot or you know, just take a turn down the nice different road for, you know, because she can't just be so hell-bent toward her North Node if she is supposed to have a partner. So maybe that's what this is that person and this person sharing notes on this is what the religious journey has been so far, you know. Yeah. Carl Jung, Sigmund Freud, they got to get together. They got to exchange some notes. We just hope that the two that have ascended are willing to admit their digressions, their sins. If you don't admit it, dude, I can't help you. And we don't get to do this awesome, like, finale. That's the whole point. If Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud could just come to terms on the same page, maybe there would have been a significant finding to that. I don't know what they were trying to prove, putting people in a polygamous environment versus a monogamous one. You know, does it change who you are? Well, I have no idea. And they were gonna, you know, they were gonna write a report on it. 1911. Okay. So, yeah, one of the other things from this chart tonight is your North Node over here has moved back to 8 degrees Aries. There's probably an asteroid or something hitting it tonight, but not much is going on with the destiny tonight. But because it's moved back to that 8 degrees Aries, it now becomes the Empress instead of the Emperor. Okay, so it becomes the Empress card, and I did those for tonight on the reading. It resonates to the degree Van Gogh was born. Van Gogh, the artist. Yeah, artist. Van Gogh was born during 8 degrees Aries, the March 30th. Okay, that's his birthday. So 8 degrees Aries, you got Van Gogh. So if that might help some of you. That man was not, like, you know, the story of him cutting his ear and going to a mental hospital after that. That was a transit for Van Gogh, just FYI. It just happened to be toward the end of his life, which kind of like just eclipsed all of his other work. But he was always meant to be an artist, and he, you know, he was a starving artist. That's what Van Gogh was. But that whole deal with his ear and going to the mental hospital, that was, I think, Pluto and Neptune were transiting right on top of his sun and his moon. So it was kind of like, you know, I'm killing your ego and I'm creating illusion at the same time. I mean, you can imagine the impact of a transiting Neptune and Pluto right on top of your sun. You know, obviously you're going to do something kind of weird and out of character. So I kind of feel bad that he had experienced that transit, you know, because he basically is just supposed to be this artist, and he knew he was healing people with his art. He knew. But the problem was, during that transit, he couldn't heal himself. That's what the problem was. So a lot of you have already figured out, well, yeah, I know, I hit these notes and suddenly I'm in a symphony, and it all makes sense that I do this in the universe. And that's awesome. But if something comes along like one of those transits and knocks you down a couple more notches, then you're like, oh, now I can't go to the symphony, and now I can't do what I'm supposed to do because I can't transmute this transit. So that's why transits are really important, because you just hope that the opposite put you through enough that you can handle the transit too. You never know. You never know. But I don't want anybody cutting an ear off. You know what I mean? It's like, heavens no. Yeah, these are all tales from the crypt. These thoughts and plans were all tales from the crypt. Yeah, these secret secret thoughts and plans, and then trying to change this Pluto to the sun. Those were the two main ones they wanted me to show you. Is they're getting karma for that tonight. They can't do that. So ancestors, thank you so much. Kathy, there's a Kathy watching me. Thank you so much. Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, please be here for this reading. I've got Highest Ascendant Jesus, please be here for this reading. We cannot walk this love unless you show us your love. So please show us your love today, Jesus. And Mary, Merciful Virgin Mary, may the sweet fragrance of the roses reach your divine Son, Lord Jesus. Amen. That he may hear our prayer, wipe our tears, give us comfort, and assist us. Amen. Thank you, Mary. Love you. Awesome. Okay. So, Van Gogh, if you're available, please be here for this reading. We're going to need you for that North Node interpretation. You know, obviously the day you were born, there was a mission for that day, that degree of Aries. So maybe you can help. It wasn't an easy walk. It wasn't an easy walk for him. Yeah, he was poor as a church mouse. Poor as a church mouse. You know, and his brother had to support him. His family had to support him. And, you know, they knew he had talent. But it was just the means of, you know, in that day and time, 1888, I believe. That's when he was born, 1888. When was art going to become a commodity? Do you see what I mean? So it hadn't become like something people collect and pay really, you know, what he was worth. So that all came quite later. Okay, so tell us about, yeah, the downloads. The downloads may or may not help the reading. The two that I got was, I was reminding the op of one of their accolades in my dream. Okay, I was reminding him, well, remember that, you know, amazing you got? And the op was like looking at me like, really? Like, because that they didn't even celebrate that victory because they were so focused on yours, is what the purpose of that dream was. So like I was reminding him, well, I thought this is, you know, that was pretty awesome. And they're like looking at me like, whatever, you know. So they're disappointed that they didn't, because they were after yours. They didn't care. And the whole point of you having any victory in life is to please enjoy that victory. Take the time to enjoy, okay? Because it'll pass, you'll want something more, and that may not be what the Most High has for you. So, you know what I mean? It's kind of like at this point, like I am just so thrilled and so grateful that I have 2 or 3 people watching these. I love you. Because, you know, it is what it is. So, and then the other download was, this is the year of the dragon. And if you were born in the year of the dragon, or you ascended during the year of the dragon, and you're thinking to yourself, my Lord, it's July. We're already halfway through the year. And this is how I've celebrated the dragon year. When the dragon year is supposed to be a pretty big deal. Like if you're a dragon and you know, that's supposed to be like your year of, you get the promotion, you get the new house, you get the spouse, you know, it all comes together. And you might be thinking, wow. But the Most High had said that is because your foundation meant more to him. Building who you are inside meant more to him. Because the dragon is who you become on the inside. And that's permanent. That's not based off a calendar. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he did it like that. So if you had thought, oh, there's so much more to be coming right now. Well, maybe, possibly. We'll find out today. But that's part of it, though, is he's more interested in who you are on the inside. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, they pushed you up against this wall, collective, and you had to turn around and face them. And when you turned around and faced them, you know, you're pushed up against this wall. You looked pretty good on that wall. And, you know, they didn't expect that. They thought for sure when you turned around to meet them, it'd be like, yeah, look, they're ready to slide on down to the floor there. And you weren't. It's like you turned around and said, ta-da, what can I do for you? I love it. So the middle of the reading is July 22nd. We have the Hierophant card. That's this one here, July 22nd, center of the reading. And then we have 0 degrees Leo, which is Alexander the Great's birthday, which is the Fool card. Aries energy. Awesome. The crossing energy is the moon at 24 degrees Aquarius, which happens to be death. So there's a death. And the way these look on the table is this one's facing one way, and then I've got the Hierophant facing the other way. So they don't have a face off. But this person had pushed this person to the wall. And now they have to face each other. Yeah, now they get to face each other. Yeah. And he doesn't look too bad. I mean, he's colorful, he's bright, his chakra is bright yellow. Self-confidence, you know, and he's just going, He didn't expect that when you faced him. And then yeah, that there's some kind of death coming, which means one of those may lose the whatever this face-off is. It's a face-off, yeah. In the subconscious is Venus and Mars tonight, because Mercury is 27 degrees Leo, and that just happens to be the front consciousness. This Mercury, 27 degrees Leo, which is the Sun card. So I wanted that up top just because thoughts and plans being in the Sun are probably going to be ones that you'll either verbally hear today in a reading or actually see in your environment. Yeah, I can see that actually happening. And then Venus and Mars down here. Venus gets the Chariot tonight. So she slowed the Chariot down. She slowed it down to talk to Jupiter tonight. They got a blue line. It's a blue line. And I think they're sharing notes. They're sharing information. And then Mars is going into 1 degree Gemini. And he's going to have to go over these contracts with who he's been entered into contract with. He gets the Hierophant card tonight. Okay. So what is the question here? So we've got the Hierophant and the collective on a face-off. A machine. There's a machine. Tell me, Holy Spirit. There was a collaboration. There's an immediate collaboration going on with good news. Oh, wow. Okay. For your balance of this High Priestess. Wow, that's pretty good. So far, the Hierophant facing off to the collective person is creating some kind of collaboration. It's a new project, okay? That brings good news. The Page of Pentacles. It's bringing you some kind of news or new beginning, new start. In regard to being fair to a High Priestess. 6 of Coins to the High Priestess card. Yeah. And this affects Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine, because Divine Masculine resonating to Jupiter tonight is the High Priestess card. So it's all about being that High Priest, that higher evolved, tapped in consciousness, okay? That they swore was outside Walmart, pushing people down in wheelchairs, taking their wallets. And the Secret Service was quite surprised. Well, we've been out here for a year, and I think any parking lot, whether it be a motel, hotel, supermarket, they were watching you, making sure, because they had told that's where they frequent. They're a lizard in the lot. A lot lizard is what they called you. Yeah, that's how they make their pentacles. Okay. And they warned him about how volatile you are. Like, they thought, well, if you confront this person, they're bound to get themselves put in jail the way they retaliate about being caught. Yeah, okay. So you didn't display any of that. So tell me about this crossing energy. What's this death about? What's this death about? For who gets the death? Got a theft on the bottom. So you're at the threshold of something new. There's some kind of collaboration for your new beginning to make things fair. You've been backed against this wall. You turned around and you look great, man. You look awesome. Like, what can I help you? Is there a reason why you're in my home? What's this death? Who gets the death tonight? Who gets the death? Ancestors. Whose death is this? Okay. They're telling me this. Okay. Is it that one? I'll do one more. This new collaboration that's coming toward you had questioned why you didn't confront the lie about you being a lot lizard. Like, why didn't you just confront it? And maybe some of you did, but they also have to remember how much gaslighting was involved with this group. So a lot of them you could have confronted, and they just would have, well, why are you bringing that up? You know what I mean? They would have denied participation in this shadow on you. Oh, we didn't put no shadow on you. That's just, you need to go to that psychological experiment in Switzerland and have those people look at you. Okay, so why? I can be in a polygamous relationship and have people watch? Can you imagine? I'm sure your ops participated in it in a past life. Okay, so I did get one. What's this other one? Ancestors. It's killing them. It's killing them. It's killing them. Yeah, that's what they keep telling me. It's killing them. And I don't know, collective, but they're still humiliating even today. Still trying to humiliate you. So you don't show up, you don't post a video, you don't talk about nothing. Putting people towards you like a last resort. Like they're gonna know. They're gonna have to reach for that last resort, and you're not. But just still trying to humiliate you. Like, you don't get anything. And you're like, you want to watch? Because you believe, you hold the faith. You stand and hold a faith that was promised to you. And they weren't born with that stamp on them, that in their chart. You were. So for them to, send you these last little resort efforts on the phone or to your door to humiliate you, it's like, yo, bounce. Dude, what are you doing? Are you my driver? I'd ask him, are you my driver? Circle. There's a circle. Circle of trust, yeah. So somewhere, somehow, you entered into a circle of trust. Remember that movie, Meet the Fockers? That was a funny movie. Okay, so this collaboration, the crossing energies of death, it's a death to this, making stuff so hard on you all the time. Yeah, oh, let's just make it really hard so that every time they walk out the door, they experience all these catastrophes, and it makes them want to curl up in a ball and not face life. So they gossiped about that for a long time, plotting and planning, enjoying humiliating you, basically. That this is what you get, and then doing this little, with the, yeah. So that they're confused because obviously you are headed right toward this truth, this honesty with a group of people that support you, that know, we've been there. We know exactly what you're saying. It's hard when you got 50 people fighting one. What do you do? And then they've locked all the exits off. So everywhere you go for a resource, they're, it's a conflict of interest. I can't help you. And it's like, okay. And you helped yourself. You helped yourself to this huge pivotal point in your walk. That's pivotal, because this is you punched a hole in the sky. That's what that is. You punched a hole in the sky, collective. Your truth was heard. That's huge. Absolutely huge. Yeah, the computer's saying furniture. Something about furniture. Yeah. Definitely your environment is going to look different. It's getting new furniture. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of bright out there. It's a blank canvas for you. If you were Van Gogh, 8 degrees Aries, if you were Van Gogh, this would be a brand new canvas for you. Be inspired by. So, okay, so we got this people that have caused burdens that hopefully is lingering at this point, but yeah, they're still trying to humiliate you. Yeah. In the subconscious are Venus with the Chariot tonight, and we got Mars with the Hierophant as well. So, yeah, Mars wants to jump on the Chariot, okay? He kind of got over that you're a woman or an alien or an angel. He got over that apparently, because now he wants a ride. You know, a few weeks back we had Mars in the Chariot, and he didn't want to let her on that at all. He's like, dude, you're walking. And Venus is like, okay. But tonight it's opposite. Venus gets the Chariot, and Mars is he's stuck at these past contracts. Now, I don't know if he has access to look at contracts, but I thought, and it's possible maybe there's a couple days here that you're still, I thought pretty much that you had expired the existing contract with your handler. So I don't know what he's acting off of exactly, because if it's expired, then he doesn't have any, you know what I mean? But maybe he's looking over a different contract, like one that would have authorization over that one, in other words. So maybe he's asking, you know, well, this was the contract, and he's trying to find out, did Satan ascend or did he sign a new one with you, Most High? Please tell me. He's trying to get that information. He's trying to look at that contract. So he can still, you know, bait and switch with you. And I would just say he's on his own, because you've displayed this, and that's why we kept seeing the Strength card a couple of readings back, you know, because they're still doing it, and you can't lose the faith. You have to walk in this incredible faith, you know. And I think your spirit guides are keeping you up enough that, of course, why would I abandon now? Yeah, why would you abandon now? This in the front of the consciousness is huge, because thoughts and plans, there's a sunlight on them, which means those ones that got karma, there's sun on those. There's karma for the ones that, why did you try and change this person when you're doing the exact same service that they do? Yeah, it was something like that, like whatever they were accusing you of, Sigmund Freud. Well, aren't you sleeping with your wife's sister now for 3 years? You know, aren't you in a polygamous, you know what I mean? It was something like that. And he won't admit it, because he's too afraid to let the people down that look up to him, okay? He's made it far, far, far in his career. He is a high leader, but he can't admit his discrepancies. If they don't admit the discrepancy, it's a secret. And what's a secret? It's a curse. So that's what if the sun is on there, they're exposing this secret, they're exposing this curse. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do with that curse? Water. They definitely need some water. They need water. What's this curse about? Water. Water. For the fire. They've set a fire that they want to put out. They set an imaginary fire. It wasn't true that you go to Walmart and hang out and wait for people to, you know, so you can knock them over, take their checkbook. That's not what you do. So this gets axed. The computer's saying this gets axed. All these thoughts and plans, they hit the axe. Yeah. But when I qualified it, I got, yeah, this battle that they pushed and pushed, like, we're gonna win, we're gonna bully our way, and prove that that's who that person is. We're gonna change the handle on their upload videos so that it goes to us and we control everything. We're the wizard behind the curtain. Well, great, I hope you had fun, but I'm gonna try a different email today and see what happens. But you know, I've seen a lot of you change like, you know, the face of your videos, and it still ends up in the same spot. It's not like I have to sometimes I have to resubscribe, but most of the time it's just they find who it, you know, it's coming from the same phone is the thing. So I don't know, but pardon me. This is a war they were going to bully. They were going to make sure and bully you, which, you know, karmically speaking, you could take away their grandchild's house and see how they get to watch from above how their grandchild is like, really? Well, it's owed to him. You took this person's house from him. Like, just wait till you have grandkids, and then, oh, here comes collective. Hey, I think I got dibs on that. And a lot of you could care less. You would never think of that. No retribution. But that's what they're asking for. Okay, let's see how that helps your family lineage out, to just take something that grandpa had left. Somebody, you were like the apple of his eye, collective apple of his eye. And then let's just steal it and be funny and laugh about it. No, let's not. Bully, that's a bully. And then he got this Knight of Coins, and they did this the whole time. Loyal bulliers. They were loyal bulliers. And the specific one that took your home is a King of Wands. King of Wands. You guys want to know more about that? I bet you do, huh? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Tell me about this King of Wands. Yeah, he wanted you like this, up against the wall, just sliding down into your demise, like never to get up again. Suicidal. No, dude, you're just asking me to, hey, when you have some grandbabies and you left them the house, and they have to fight for it. They have to fight for it because somebody has taken claim of it. Somebody that looks like your grandchild. Wow. Yeah, I'll go out and hunt somebody down in the parking lots and see who I can find. Oh, that's what Most High wants you to know. If you have a sin that you want to admit to, like you have a sin that you'd like to admit to the Most High to. And I was supposed to read you the scripture from the Bible, because when Joshua asks Achan about, just tell me the truth, tell me your sin. I think I read that on the 19th or something. Yeah. So for the 22nd, Achan agrees, tells Joshua, this is what I've done. I've stolen some stuff. I stole a bunch of stuff. And it was attached to, something holy, apparently. He had buried, yeah. So he buried it. And anyway, Joshua and all the Israelites went and found it. They took the silver that he stole. Apparently he stole, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So whatever he stole was sacred. Achan stole something sacred, admitted to it. And now he's sitting back watching them find what he hid. Okay, so they find it. So today might be a day where they find something that has tried to be hidden for a very long time. And then he watches them take his family and his livestock and his land. And he's just sitting here, he's like devastated, because here I was brave. I told you what I did. And the end of this, they piled a great heap of stones over Achan, which remains to this day. This is why the place has been called the Valley of Trouble ever since. So the Lord was no longer angry at Achan, okay, because they had resolved it. They took everything the man owned and killed him under a pile of stones. Wow. So that's why people don't reveal it, right? Because I really don't think I could survive watching that or participating in that. Yeah, no, obviously, because it doesn't sound too friendly. But if you pray and ask him, this is what I need to admit to, there have been prayers answered very uniquely. Like, yes, you will go to prison, but when you get out, you will be a new person with a new career. So it's almost like God tells that person, yes, but I'm going to teach you how to be like a legislative assistant or an attorney or a craftsman, making something that no one else has ever made if you spend that time with me in prison. So it's like there is this, if you pray and repent, there's like this negotiation that goes on for your soul. So those of that fear their life or fear confinement or feel, I'm going to be targeted or what have you, have that conversation with the Most High. And it might surprise you what the outcome truly is, because he negotiates, see, because he knows. So, and it doesn't show in this verse that Achan did that. He just came to Joshua and said, this is what it is. So, which is awesome. But before he went to Joshua, he should have prayed. Went to a holy spot and prayed. Because then, even if it was to please show Joshua where the things are you stole from me, he's also aware of the repercussion before it comes. That's the whole reason of reading the planets, you know, is to get you in that energy of what's to come. You know, that's why you read the cards and the planets, because you want to be in your best vibration for what's to come. See, some of you don't want to know what's coming. You're scared to death. But it still helps to be in that highest vibration at all times, and it's almost impossible to be a high vibration every second of the day. It's just, you got to renew yourself, so you're constantly like, you know. Anyway, so that's what that is. King of Wands has stolen something up here. He has an interest in what you own. What you own, what your inheritance was, really interests him. But he didn't respect you. He didn't respect you. He thought you were a joke. And now it's destiny, and God steps in. Yeah, God steps in today on that King of Wands. Yeah. And I was just kidding. I'm not going to take his grandchild's. But that, you know, like, the universe, even when Job was replenished after Job went through his obstacles, you know, he was blessed for making it through that horrible time, you know. And he was blessed kind of backwards of how it occurred, if that helps some of you. So let's say the very last offenses, they humiliated you by offering you something that you thought, really? That'll be the first one that God restores, and he will use the humiliation against your ops. Like, oh, you want a humiliator? You do? Okay, so we'll take care of that first. So he goes backwards, the Most High. So, yeah. Okay, so, Saturn is 18 degrees now, so it moved. Saturn moved. It's in the Hermit card now. So not only is it going over those past contracts, those plans and thoughts that they had for you, now he's investigating those with a fine-tooth comb. Fine-tooth comb. Yeah. Yeah. And nothing has made you look whiter than snow than looking at these. It makes collective look white as snow. I don't know how or why, but whatever plans or thoughts they had for you, of course, you didn't sit around plotting and planning. What they're finding is horrible collaborations to destroy you. Yeah, to use money to take somebody down. And they had no qualm about it. No second thought. I don't think one of them prayed about it. No, we won't miss that person. And Saturn's really not pleased with that. Tell us about Saturn. I'm going to do the tribal cards and see. Yeah. Because the rules you followed are under Saturn. Saturn's that, it's the planet for rules, regulations. He respects how you stayed within those boundaries. So that's why he's spending this time in the Hermit card, you know, to make sure that he builds you something beautiful. Yeah. They're making the decisions. It is based off of your the things you were able to express. You know, a lot of it you had to research, a lot of it you had to look up the laws, a lot of it, you know, you didn't know anything about what they were doing, but you knew it wasn't right. It's just, this cannot be the world that we're going to live in. I'm sorry. It was all about what you could express, how you illuminated it. You kept shining a light on it. And Saturn wants you to know that you have support. You have support from the laws in the universe, that it was handled. You handled it very nice. Yeah. Good. Awesome. Thank you, Saturn. Yeah. If there is a new contract with Satan and the Most High for this new beginning, you know, you're always going to have to pray and get the highest vibration from Saturn. You always are. It's not easy to walk the line. And a lot of you guys did it out of fear, because you didn't, you know, it was you were petrified with, you know, what was going on. So somebody was trying to kill you is why you were petrified. But you're going to have that relationship with that planet in the new beginning too. So it's really crucial that you stay strong with Saturn and watch what Saturn's doing. yeah, a lot of you will have your Saturn return and be in the new beginning. So hopefully you learn so much that it'll be just a walk for you. It won't be a big like this. This is crazy. We head to the en route energy, which is Jupiter, 12 degrees Gemini, High Priest. This is the High Priest card. Beautiful eyes of the High Priest. It reminds me of my daughters. I love you. I miss my daughters so much. Yeah, that's the beauty of it. Because you get tapped into the beauty. You get tapped in. So tell us about what's Jupiter doing? Why is he? Okay, blue line to the Venus tonight. So this is the first group of masculines that ascended. They went to Jupiter. The second group went to Mars, okay? They woke up, but they weren't too happy about it because they were already in contract. You know, to get out of that contract was, they were going to lose their life. So that they had to tiptoe through it and see what the Lord's going to do and how they respond. Are you praying about it? Achan? Just, dude, that's what he should have done. Because you will watch things taken away from you, but you should be well with your soul because he's told you, yes, this is what's going to happen. And I will guarantee that you will walk out of there, this person. So it's almost like, you know, are you willing to go to my school for a while? You know, I'll never forget when talking to Kurt Cobain, you know, and he said, the Most High recognized right away, that was a contract you were over a barrel. You know, and he gave them the option of, hey, I'll open up these contracts so you can read and study before I send you back. Because usually if it's a suicide, you go right back. So there is no like evaluating the scales and what I could have done differently, or because that's how furious he is that you committed suicide. You know, well, I'll just put you right back down there. But some of them he sees and he listens, and he's at the gate with Peter and he listens to it, and he's well aware that these Hollywood star contracts they're not fair to the star. They really aren't, you know, and you're going to be a star too, collective. So that's something for you to recognize, that when you get in this star position, that you manifest that in a way that teaches the people watching you to manifest it, okay? Because they should have their own light. They shouldn't have to take somebody else's light from them. I don't know how these people could perform and stay on, you know, I mean, yeah, it's like, oh, look at, they all like me, but after a while that would wear someone down. So it's almost like whatever you rise to, you're going to show them how to rise to their best potential, you know, so that you don't have to constantly be worn down from these people taking, you know, what you have. Yeah, it's like a sharpening. That's when you sharpen your skill. Yeah, if you read Stephen Covey, he's like about a business procedure, how to be in your personality as a business person, and that's one of his steps, is to sharpen the wheel, what calls it. So that's when you know what you provide, okay, and you just sharpen it down to the, you know, the best it can be. And part of that sharpening is show them, this is how I do that, so that they don't, you know, and if they eclipse you, they eclipse you, but that's a better service than having you be run down to the ground, you know. A lot of people are in denial that they can do what you do. And the Most High, part of this whole journey is to put you in a situation that it's almost forced upon you to learn it. It's like at some point in your life before you leave, you will learn it. You're up against a wall, and yep, you learn it. Ascend. You have to ascend. Yeah. What's this Jupiter saying to us tonight? This High Priest. Okay, he's got research. He's researched something. Venus saw him research something. Whatever he researched, he learned a lot about it. Okay, whether it be a cult, a coven, leaders in not good situations. Whatever he researched, he found out a lot about it. And he just wants to share his notes with Venus. So I did pull a couple. They're face down, so I don't know what they are. This one, okay. We'll take that one too. That one fell down. Oh, wow. Yeah, whatever he researched is putting that King of Wands. It's like he fell on the floor and then he was upside down. So whatever he researched is not helping this person who took your house. Dude, that's not your house. And when I say house, it could have been the job you were supposed to have. You know, it could have been the friend you were supposed to meet. It could have been, you know, that special connection. It could have been a love interest. Whatever he did, he messed it up and he had no remorse about it. He's like, I deserve it. I deserve it. Yeah, it sounds like it. Bully. And then now he's upside down. Whatever Jupiter's got on him. So the research, yeah, he collaborated on this research. So he has a group. That's awesome. So not only are you going to meet this divine masculine Venus, but there's going to be a group of people like him that know exactly what's going on. Won't that be nice? And then the other one I got is the legacy. So, and I'm sorry it's not ratty, but it just happens to be that. I wore that for a long time, okay? Which means that was my goal many days, is to figure that out. So yeah, it's in half, but that's only, that this is out of love. This isn't out of bullying, okay? Some things get worn down because of the love. But that's why we renew. Okay, Jupiter, awesome. And then we go to Uranus, 26 degrees Taurus, and the third house. Is it third house tonight? Yeah. This is where Jupiter found all the research. This third house of communication. So Uranus has learned about it too. And that's the clan. That makes sense because this person has a group of people they collaborated with. So this is your clan that Jupiter's working with. Yeah. You know, you weren't accepted by this clan. They didn't care. Well, you're not worth preserving. Dude, you're a relic. Why not? I'm the original one. And so Uranus is gonna make you a star because of that, because you held on to that. You walked the faith. Tell me about Uranus. Hot. Something's hot right now. Holy Spirit, what's this Uranus? Slower. Let's go slower. I'm just going to see something. Okay. So remember, it's in that Sabian symbol that time slows down. So something's going to slow down for you with your gift, the Ace of Pentacles. Something's going to slow down for collective. Okay. So like Van Gogh, he's the 8 degrees Aries, which is the Empress card for your North Node tonight. He was born at 8 degrees Aries, March 30th. He could heal through his art, okay? What he did healed people, okay? What you do heals people. But because of some really difficult transits he went through toward the end of his life, he was unable to heal himself. So I guess that's what they had me slow down, because yeah, you might have wore the tarot deck a few days and out of love, but you have to learn to heal yourself. Or yeah, it's a two-part thing. And you being the most important one is what they want to tell you. You know, this stuff can wait if you maybe spend a day loving on yourself, renewing yourself. You know, you can get run down, your throat chakra can stop, you're getting on there all, you know, crackly telling your reading. I know, I've watched a few of mine, and he loves you, so he'd rather have you at 100, you know, have you take that time to invest in you. You're the value. So sooner than later, sooner more than later, apparently. Okay, nice. And Pluto's retrograde, it's reading the teas in the abandoned church tonight, reading the tea leaves. What's the tea on Pluto? What's Pluto got to tell everybody? Pluto, what are you up to? Okay, he wants you to know you're not going to have to wait very much longer. Yeah, that's good. Okay, what else do you want to tell us? Okay. Okay, so there is some kind of loving information, message, Knight of Cups. Okay. With an opportunity. Okay, Ace. What's the loving? Oh, wow. The legacy. Yeah. He's bringing news about your legacy, Pluto. Because what does Pluto do? He restores. He restores what was violated. They violated your family's name. And they said you were the one violating it, so we can get rid of her and then, you know, it'll be restored. No. You get rid of me and there is the ancestors will haunt you. They'll haunt them until it's made right. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Pluto. I love you. What's Neptune? Neptune's a shift in the environment, some kind of shift going on. It's retrograde, 29 degrees. Pisces, all the colors make a prism. Neptune has seen your heartache. Didn't enjoy watching that. Yeah. Okay. This secret or this illusion right now, somebody keeping this coming toward you, this off Knight of Cups. There's some cups coming toward you that they tried to cover up. They tried to keep it a secret. And so they would do other things like, you know, make you feel devastated. What are you doing? Yeah. Let them do what they're going to do. It's sad. It's sad. And maybe that's why I had that dream about, you know, just talking to the op and going, dude, don't you remember like that huge accomplishment you had? And they're just looking at you like, well, I wanted yours. But that wasn't in your records. That's not in your records. This is just in Collective's record that this happened. And they're really hurt about it. That's why they did all this, to keep it hidden. But the other two that came out, it's specific to a Queen of Swords who breadcrumbed you, made you kneel in their presence, like to adore them, made you feel, you know, less than, not quite up to par. Yeah, not quite up to par. Well, that's okay, because you know, in the order that occurred to you is the order that the Most High will set that straight for you. Okay. Oh, you want Collective to bow? Okay, all right. Well, we'll have you bow now. Wow. And you aren't interested in that ego stuff, but they were. For them, it was reputation. I'm Sigmund Freud. I'm not going to admit that I've been sleeping with my wife's sister for 3 years. Well, why not? The research might help a ton of people. And he couldn't do it. And so Carl Jung's like, yo, what's the big deal? Like, he was okay with it. Yeah, I've made mistakes. We all do, right? No. I think I respect people more when they tell me the mistake they made, because suddenly I'm on a page in my book that is very similar. Oh, okay, yeah, I know how that feels. That sucks. I'm so sorry. How are you working it out? You know what I mean? It's like you get compassion, but I don't think they're around a bunch of people that show compassion, is what's unfortunate. Yeah. Okay, so we are headed right toward the North Node. There's some kind of death with the Chiron of working on death out with an Empress tonight. It goes to the 8 degrees, so it's Empress, no longer Emperor. I don't know why. The Emperor was after this one, but I had to back up, and that was the Empress card. Okay, what's this? They're showing me the birds. There's going to be a bird. Okay. Is there going to be a bird for some kind of message from a bird from somebody high. Somebody's flying. Is somebody flying? Easy flight. Easy flight. With a duck fan. Football team bracelet. Bracelet. They have a bracelet for you. Ducks are in ponds, rivers, streams. Somebody's flying to see you. They're flying to see you. I don't know. Is this a mallard duck? What is this? Where do I hunt? Under the water, on land, or in the air? This dude hunts under the water. Under the water, okay? So the person flying toward you has found something in the deep recesses of like a bog or a ditch or they found evidence. They're really excited to get it out. They found something in the water. They hunted for it. This person coming toward the Empress. Wow. Might have been a bracelet. They found some kind of bracelet because you knew they had done this to other people. You knew it wasn't just about you. You're like, this is the way this is their moda operandi. These people are doing this all the time. Wow, that's pretty cool. Okay, and okay. So that's why they're saying some of this death energy by the North Node, by the Chiron, this death energy comes because you're, yeah, thank you. Your new beginning was like a resurrection because it came from the dead. Just like maybe how some of you were born, truly. If you have a twin that didn't make it in a pregnancy, that other twin survives, like Elvis, he had a twin, Jesse. It's like it almost shadowed his whole life because the mother missed that other baby so bad. So that's what they're trying to tell you. And even Van Gogh, even Van Gogh, before he was born, had a brother that had died in the family. So when he showed up in the family, it was like, you know, there was more pressure on you almost because you were replacing the dead. And there's some kind of evidence that's coming from the dead, from Pluto. That's why Pluto showed up with the legacy tonight. So it's a key piece of information. What's this death? Is that what you wanted? Is that all you wanted me to tell him? Okay. The death of this group. Yeah. I love you, collective. Happy Monday.